Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are in our old time slot, Saturday night. I'm really hoping that this makes the stream a lot more accessible to a lot of you, and I hope to see some faces I haven't seen for a while, or names in the chat. But, anyways, welcome. I'm glad you could join me here this evening. Evening for me, possibly afternoon or morning for you. So I've got my cup of reason all ready to go. Ooh, that looks kind of a little bit crunchy, huh? I've been drinking a lot of coffee today. Ooh, sometimes I drink too much, if there is such a thing, which I don't think there is. But anyways, get your tea, your coffee, sit back, relax, and yeah, here we are. We'll have another bit of a get together, a little bit of a chat, and say hello to some people that are here so far. We've got, of course, my good friend Peter Noddle. He always seems to be the first one to hit the old chat. So welcome, Peter. Always good to see you, my friend. Of course, Clive Wells, my good friend. He's here again with his baby shark. I'll kill that sucker one day. I'll tell you. I don't know. But, always good to see you, Clive. Welcome, welcome. And of course, Mystique Tina. Always good to see you, my dear. I'm hoping some more people will pop in. Your pal Al, hello, your pal Al, just joined in. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. I've had a bit of a stressful morning today. A parent-teacher meetings for 4 hours. Oh boy, talk about stress. But I'm all good now. I have one more set to do next, yeah, Saturday, so that'll be it for the year. But yeah, that's just part of the stress. Part of the stresses of being a teacher. The work never stops. You bring it home all the time. There's always something that needs doing, or um, you can never just confine it or restrict it to office hours. It's a 24/7 thing. So, but I'm glad I'm here. So, how is this new time slot working out for everyone? If y'all just want to kind of give me an indication as to whether or not this time slot works better for you, because as of this week, we will not be doing the Sunday stream anymore, unless Crafty decides to come back and we revive the flip side. I'm going to confine my streams to this original slot. So hope you guys are good with that. So roll cameras and action. Okay, Peter. Well, cameras rolling. I don't know about the action though. What kind of action you looking for? Don't go there. Oh man. But yeah, so I've been looking forward to this all week, and I've been getting some suggestions about making this stream a little bit more interesting, so it's not just a talking head with the chat. Although I really do enjoy that. I love it when you guys uh, throw out all these great comments in the chat. Um, definitely, definitely something I enjoy. But it might not be everyone's cup of tea. Some people really are looking for something to entertain them. I've had some ideas to maybe do some screen shares of some of the design work I do for my logos and so on. Maybe some video editing screen shares, so you can see how I put things together when I do make content. So I'm willing to do that if you guys are interested in seeing that. It's pretty easy to set up, but yeah, if that's something you'd like to see, by all means, let me know. I'm into it. I'm into it. Um, I like to share that kind of thing. Maybe, hey, maybe you guys might even learn a trick or two from the way that I work and the way that I do things when I'm editing or designing. So yeah, absolutely. I'm more than happy to do that if you guys would like that. So other than that, anything big happening for you guys? Uh, any news I should know about? I've been kind of really busy at work, so I haven't really been catching or keeping up with much. But it seems like the old Sovsit and that kind of crap is still going strong over on the other channels. Been trying to keep up with Plot Hole, but been so damn busy, haven't been able to pop in there much. Um, but I do enjoy his content. Every once in a while, I'll watch some of Team Skeptic. When it comes to hitting the soft sits and the frauditors. He's pretty damn good at it. But I don't really follow that stuff much anymore. It's kind of getting a little tiresome. So, but yeah. So, geez, what to talk about? As usual, I'm scratching my head. Oh, what am I gonna do? But yeah, it's always good to see you guys. Always good. So, biggest news is thank you, Peter. The biggest news is that Score is back on Saturdays at the old time. That's right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this time slot, which for me is 9 p.m., for most of you in the UK, I think it's about 2 p.m. in the afternoon for you. And the folks in the States, if you're on the Eastern Seaboard, you're probably looking at around 7 o'clock in the morning. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Anyways, I hope it makes it more accessible for more folks. I feel a lot more comfortable for some reason at this time on a Saturday night because I can go long if I want. I can cut short if I want. And I don't have to be up early tomorrow morning for classes. It's Sunday morning for me tomorrow, so I can kind of wake up when I feel like it and just laze about for the day. It's really my only day off per se. So that makes it good. Uh, Thank you, Peter. I appreciate the plug. I do. Yeah, midnight for you. But you don't. Oh yeah, that's right. You're in Oz. You're in Oz. So you're ahead of me by a couple of hours. So okay. Well, at least you're still able to join in. Yeah, that's right. I noticed that. Awesome. Hey, Jerry Williams is back on the horse. Awesome. I love the Greater Sapien. All of his stuff is so good. It's so cool to see him back at it. And when he came back and announced that he was returning to making regular content, his reasoning why he stopped doing flat Earth, I totally agreed with it. But it's nice to see that he's going to finish what he started with the Dubay stupidity. Uh, and I kind of like the way he's approaching it this time. It's a lot more direct to the point. This is the facts. You can't argue it. You're an idiot if you do. And that's what I like about Jerry. He's really awesome. So yeah, really good. Glad to see that. I'm going to be following him a lot. So anyone else? No one else here yet. Uh, okay, well, I'm sure more people are going to show up. Um, so yeah, couple of things. Yeah, first of all, of course, Jerry is back on the air. I haven't really noticed a whole lot going on with some of the other creators I used to watch a lot. Um, I popped in really quickly on FTFE's last live stream. I didn't. I just lurked. I didn't make my presence known, but every once in a while I pop in there. But I think no offense. The guy makes great content. He's the best there is when it comes to smacking down a dumb old flurf. But I'm starting to feel like his content is becoming really over repetitive and just tiresome. And I'm really hoping that he's going to kind of update what he's doing. Um, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I know all the great creators I used to follow so religiously. I've just dropped off. I'm tired of it. Even MC Toon, I love that guy, but I'm getting tired of the flat Earth bashing, the flat Earth debunking. The bashing they deserve because they're idiots. But I'm really getting tired of it. Yeah, Tusk and Eddie have been rather busy. Absolutely, they've got stuff on their plate. But Tusk has been putting out some really cool little videos, a couple of cooking videos. He's starting to do the Gallic language videos and stuff. I'm looking forward to more of that. It's been kind of fun to see him back on the tube making some content. Um, is that so? Really, Clive? Oh, that's awesome. I hope so, because that is something I would definitely watch. I would definitely get back on that channel. Really, really big if he does do that. So thanks for letting us know. Do you know what kind of science content he's going to be doing? Is it going to be mostly just largely physics, or is he going to do all branches of science? Uh, let me know if you happen to catch on to what it is that he's actually looking at doing, because I'd love to see that. I'll definitely follow for sure. Yeah, his content is usually quite unique. Yeah, but that's what I love about Tusk. You never know what to really expect, and when he does put something out, it's always a chuckle, or just damn interesting to watch. You know, for some reason, when he does his cooking videos, it relaxes me. I love watching that guy cook and just babble on about whatever is happening in his life or whatever. I really enjoy it. I really do. So yeah. Um, I don't know. At two times speed, I don't know if my brain can handle that. Tusk at double speed, that might be a little bit too much for my head to keep up. uh, but I like him just the way he is. He really puts out great stuff, and I do enjoy it. Don't know, but he has talked about physics content. But that's kind of what I thought it would be. Because that's really where his interests are, where his background is. So yeah, still that would be really cool. Instead of just screaming at flurfs and getting just talking to a brick wall, because that's all you ever end up doing with those idiots. Um, which is tiresome, and I'm sure he's probably getting tired of doing it too. So yeah, I think some good old science content. Um, I think that would be great. So you see, so Tusk at normal speed is too slow for you, really? Sometimes I find it hard to keep up with him at just normal speed, but that's only when he's doing his Gallic thing. Uh, Otherwise, I think no. He's just fun to watch, just fun to watch. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to his next couple. I think he's putting out a couple more short ones soon, so keep an eye out for that. He's fun. He's fun. As far as Eddie's concerned, she's still pretty heavily into helping her friend move house and take care of things, So she's got her hands full, but always great to see her when she does pop in. So if you happen to notice Eddie and Tuscan in other streams, pass on my hellos. Uh, I am certainly hoping that they'll manage to pop in for a few minutes tonight. That would be really awesome. I'd love to hear from them. Uh, okay, well, you're okay. So you're one of those like Crafty. You got to watch everything at double speed and more than one at a time. I don't know how she does it. I can't do it. No, I got to focus on one thing at normal speed and watch it through. I can't watch two, three videos at a time at double speed. There's no way I'd get anything out of any of them. It's just, I don't know how she does it. But hey, if you can do it, then go for it, man. Go for it. It seems a little bit much. Well, okay, true, but I don't know. I've always kind of had this. To me, she's to me it's a she, or she's a she, I should say. Sorry. It all that stuff just it messes with my head. Um, I don't see what the relevance is. I mean, as long as people are respectful to each other, you know, I to me I see her as just a lovely girl. Whether she is identifies that way or not, that's the way I see her, and I try not to offend her with that. But yeah, Eddie is awesome. She is one of my favorite peoples. I love that. I love Eddie. I really do. She's awesome. So, Crafty is sub to a lot of potato chat. Well, she's a real spudster. What can I say? I mean, that's her thing, right? She's got to have her spuds and her goats. So that's probably all. A lot of channels about goats and spuds. So she's an authority. Multiple vids simultaneously. Yeah, no, forget it. I cannot do it. I tried it once. But forget it. I cannot do it. I just lose track of everything. Yeah, I've never been able to do that. So, but anyways, either way, I hope Crafty's doing well. She's healthy, happy. I hope the little Spudster is doing wonderfully. I really hope that I get to hook up with her again and get back to the flip side, or even just any old live stream. Even have her on here. And Crafty, if you're out there lurking, uh, hello. I miss you. I really look forward to hearing from you again. And just let me know what's going on. That's all I really ask. So, um, I haven't seen or heard hide nor hair from Teddy Bogle in so long. I hope he's doing well. If any of you have heard from him, please do pass on my hellos, because I missed the guy. So, well, look who popped in. Zebulon 181. Hello, sir. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Always good to see you. I like potatoes, he says. You can make vodka with them. That's right. Absolutely. But you betcha. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Let's see. What's Most of all, vids are silence anyway. Just listen for the relevant info. But again, I have tried. I can't do it. I can't. Maybe my brain's just not wired for it. I'm sorry. Okay? And oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. And chips. You're right. What can be better than chips? And crisps too. Gotta have crisps. That's got to be a part of any human's diet. A bag of crisps on a regular basis. Gotta have them. Zebulon. Yes, chips and fries too, because where we come from, chips are crisps. So yeah, absolutely, you got it. Yeah, that's one of my favorite snacks during the day if I'm feeling a little peckish or I don't really want to sit down to a full lunch or anything like that. Just a bag of fries from McDonald's or from where, and that's something here in Vietnam. A lot of the street vendors, you can go down almost any street here in Ho Chi Minh City and find a vendor somewhere that's going to do French fries and also sweet potato fries, and they're cheap as chips, literally cheap as chips. They are, and you can get a bag of those, just munch away. So good. Oh man, they're addictive. Fries is a verb. Well, I suppose could also be a noun, depending on how you use the word. But long pig crisps. I don't know if those would go over too well. Long pig crisps. I remember that from last week. Long pig. Mm, yeah. Mm. Well, yeah, that's right, Zebulon, unless they're French. So, yeah. Well, any noun can be verbed, I suppose. How do you verb your name? Try that. People fingers? Ooh, that suddenly put me off French fries. Oh, people fingers. But those would be, well, no, no, actually, no, Peter. People fingers would be like meat sticks. Okay. Oh, hello, Blue Feather. Good to see you, my friend. And I love cream of potato, or a French style cream of potato soup called potage. Oh man, that's delicious. Wow. Woohoo. Yummers, yummers. You petered out, but you're a Peter. You're always a Peter. How do you peter out? Ah, you're all right, man. You're all right. Cool. So, oh, Dr. Nimrod. Hello, sir. Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. How have you been? Dr. Nimrod is in the house. Hello, everybody. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Uh, or sloppy mash? What is sloppy mash? Mash with too much milk in it or something? I like my mashed potatoes nice and creamy and buttery, but I don't know if I've ever had them sloppy. Let's see. Clive says, I've just been watching Clarkson's farm. He started selling his own crisps, ended up slicing part of his thumb off. Well, that doesn't sound too appetizing, although I'm not surprised. So he's farming now, selling his own homemade crisps. Okay, well that's fair. That's cool. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Run, everybody! It's Doctor Nimrod. Run, run! You asked the verb. Okay, I asked to verb your name. Okay, you got me. Okay. Oh, Doctor Nimrod. Zebulon has a problem. He's got a boil. Can you take care of it? You might not want to ask him. Beware what you ask for, Zebulon. So, Chris Durham. Hello, sir. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good afternoon or good morning to you, I think. You're in the States. Um, Chris from Fairfield County. Derp. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So, unless you guys have got something in particular you really want to talk about, um, maybe I'll just go ahead and give this a try. I've been looking at my logo for the travel stuff, and the one that you guys chose, I like it. It's really quickly becoming my favorite, but I think I might want to make a few changes to it. So let's have a look and see what we've got, and see if you guys have any ideas. So with this logo, I do like it, but I'm wondering if I should maybe ditch that grunge border, so it doesn't look quite so beaten up, and maybe do something with the text as well. Um, I really like the way it looks, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Would this thing look better with just a very sharp, crisp edge around the inside and outside of the ring, or does this grunge kind of work better for you? I mean, well, it's a bad camera angle. First of all, I'm using my phone nowadays because my camera is pretty much shot, and the only way I can get the camera facing me properly is to have it on a desktop tripod behind the main monitor that I'm viewing, because I don't have enough space to really do the whole kind of professional streamers layout. So that kind of sets the camera a little bit high, and my chair doesn't go up high enough to bring me up into the frame. So I'm kind of at the bottom of the frame, and I'm working on ways to deal with that. I have to kind of prop myself up every now and then because I tend to slide down in the seat a bit, and it's kind of hard to keep myself centered in the frame, but I think like this, it's not too bad. I am working on improving my camera work, improving my stream, and in general. But bear with me. It takes money and time for equipment and setups and getting things all right. I got to soundproof this room as well. Start doing some proper treatment, because it is kind of still get a bit of room noise, I think. Anyways, you guys let me know. So, um, well, I do kind of sometimes slouch. I'm guilty of that, absolutely. But yeah, so uh, so the grunge is okay at a very large scale. Well, you're right. At a very large scale, it is okay, but it tends to it does tend to disappear a bit at lower resolutions. So let me just see if I can turn off that grunge and see what you think. Okay, so without the grunge, this is what I'm going to get. Very sharp, very defined edge. But if I do this, I'm probably going to have to do something with the font, because the font is a little bit grunge, actually quite heavy grunge. If anybody can guess the name of this font, I'll have you on. You can be my next guest, but if you can guess the name of this font, um, I kind of like it. Just for the name of the font, I kind of like it. But it works as a grunge. It does work as a grunge. So, um, yeah, I'm having a bit of a, yeah, slouch, slouch, splotch. Yeah. Hey, Demon Arm. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Potty food bowl. Oh, what did I miss? What did I miss? Potty food bowl. What did I miss? Oh no, that could be dangerous. Anyways, I'm thinking about this star here. I think that star might just need a little bit of work. Um, I'm not too crazy about the size. I don't know if I should make the star bigger or not. Um, yeah, I really. Hmm. I'm thinking maybe a little bit bigger. Hmm. I don't want to make the VU bigger. I want to keep that. Now, and that's another thing. You guys, you notice how the V is almost touching the edge here, but I've got quite a bit of spacing here. Now, if I bring that over, maybe center it, I'm gonna increase a whole bunch of dead space here and reduce it here. And I'm wondering if that kind of messes with the balance. What do you guys think? Does it look kind of straight to you, or do you think it should go a little bit more offset so I get kind of that center line of the star going? Uh, I've also been thinking about maybe that star should go um, below. And if I do below and I take that star and I just bring it down, I don't know if that's really gonna see. I'd have to give it a border. So let's make the border the same as the red. What do you think? Or I can maybe put it up top. Cropped rigor mortis of some sorts. Oh, maple leaf. Why a maple leaf? That's an interesting suggestion. But why a maple leaf? I mean, yes, I'm Canadian, and I can see your point there. And yes, all Canadian brands tend to put that maple leaf in there. But more than that, I'm an expat living in Vietnam, and that's why I chose the yellow star from the Vietnamese flag, because I'm actually going to focus that content on Vietnam unlisted. It's going to be its own area. So, well, yeah, okay, that kind of works. Okay, yeah, it does seem kind of lopsided, doesn't it? Okay, well, I'll put the star back up where it was because I do kind of like it there better. Uh, there we go. And I think I just might remove the stroke from it completely. Instead of that grungy stroke, give it some nice sharp lines. And I'll take both of those and I'll move them over just a wee bit and get that star centered, and that should kind of fix the balance. Yeah. All right. Okay, well, you think that like the whole text, the whole thing as a unit, just tilt it over? Well, we can certainly try that. See how it works. If I do that, then I'm going to have uh, something like that. That kind of looks a little bit. All right. Well, you know, Peter, according back to your statement before, yeah, I do often tend to overthink things, but I'm really picky about uh, the perfection of whatever logo I design, and I want to make sure that it's yeah. Okay, that's what I thought, Tina. Yeah, that's a no. Doesn't really work, does it? That's a no. Okay, we'll just put that back and get that fixed. There we go. Yeah. So so that's basically all I'm doing. Uh, I'm just kind of rethink the fonts that I'm using, rethinking some of the design elements. I like grunge for the fact that it is kind of it kind of suits what you might see. I mean, Vietnam's got most of the architecture. It looks really grungy, uh, but I don't know if I really want to carry that over. This font is called Helvetica Crap. Believe it or not, it's called Helvetica Crap. You can probably see that right up there. Um, but I'm wondering if I should just go with something a little bit more traditional, a little bit more uh, clear, crisp. Um, you know, I had some ideas, but I'm not sure if these are going to really work very well. I was thinking of going to a Montserrat in a heavy bold. So if I just bring up Montserrat there and just bring that up to an extra bold or black, what do you think of that? It's a little bit cleaner, a little bit more legible, I think. But no, well, yeah, it does kind of look like a passport stamp, but that's the reason why I'm questioning it, because that's a concept or a style that's so overdone in so many other travel channels. So I don't know if I want to really emulate that. Okay, now I've ruined it. Okay, well we'll just set that back. Set that back to what it was. Boom, boom. There we go. So yeah, it does kind of give it that travel passport look. But don't you guys think that's a little overdone? I mean, I've seen that on so many other travel channels. I'm wondering if it's just something that people just wow, doing the old passport stamp deal again, like everybody else. I'd like to be original, but yeah. Um, you think? Um, Chris says it might also make a difference if the grungy part of the Helvetic wrap isn't the same color as the circle. Well, that's just it. That's the way the font comes through. Where what you're seeing as the color of the circle is actually where the font fill has been knocked out, where it's transparent. So you're seeing the backing through it. Now, I could probably give a bit of a stroke to it, but I think that'll look kind of funny. Let me see if I can do that. I'll just take the word Vietnam, and I'm going to add a white stroke around the font, and that's what that will happen. But you're still going to see some of it through there. So yeah, it's not actually intentionally spilling over the font. It's actually the font showing through, or the background showing through the font. Um, Again, Nimrod, I liked it when it was just a blank screen. Oh, thanks, Nimrod. Like you're a big help. Jeez. Yeah. Okay. Well, um, now that I look at it, a little bit of extra weight on that does seem to kind of help it, doesn't it? So, yeah. Okay. Well, let's try it on the unlisted and add a stroke on that as well. Yeah, that kind of works. Yeah, well, that kind of works a little bit better. Passport stamps tend to have pretty heavy ink on them, and they stamp usually pretty boldly. So yeah, especially the way they bang your passport with it. So I think that does make a bit of a difference. I like it. I like it. All right. So well, of course we have Nimrod and Clive going going nuts. A blank screen suggests mystery and the unknown. Durr. A little bit too much mystery and unknown. It's like a blank screen. Who wants to watch that? Click away. Jeez. 9 o'clock hero. Hello, sir. Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Just kind of kicking about with the logo for my new travel content that I plan on bringing out soon. So, yeah, getting some ideas from the side chat while I'm mucking about with it here on a shared screen. So, I'm kind of liking the way it's looking now. So, once again, do you guys like it like this or with the grunge edging? What do you think? Should I keep the grunge edging? Yes or no? A double hit stamp? No, that makes the font just totally unreadable. Well, I I value everyone's opinion. It doesn't matter whether you're a professional designer or a total noob or just somebody who likes things differently than others. Your opinion is valuable to me, and I'll try it. And if it works, I'll use it. So Zebulon is in agreement. He likes the grunge engine. So okay, Dr. Nimrod, what have you got for me? Let's see. It's also common for passport stampings to not fully dry. Yeah, they do tend to smudge at times. but I don't want to destroy the legibility of the font either. They're always wet. You can test a passport by rubbing it on a white piece of paper. If it leaves a mark, it's real. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think. All right. So we're gonna keep that. I'm just gonna hit save, and I think I'll just export this as a final. So I'm gonna. Sorry, it does this a lot. There. There you go. Now you guys can see it better. Boom. So I'll save it as a transparent EMG, or, and I'm going to stick it up here as a final logo. Boom. And I'll stick it in the main directory and save. Okay, there we go. Logo is saved. Woohoo! All right, now, is there anything else you'd like me to bring up and show you guys, or do you guys have questions about how I approach design, or how to do some different things? Or I mean, I'm here to answer questions if any of you have any. Um, well, yeah, that's kind of what I was kind of going for, because however much people here want to forget the war, there does seem to be a lot about it everywhere. Uh, and everything here seems to be geared towards that era, U.S. Army grunge kind of look. So it is rather common. So maybe I should just leave it as is and run with this one. And maybe in the future, if things go a different way, I'll change it. So yeah, grunge edging, and now text is legible. Okay, there we go. So we're good. We're all set up. Yeah, I think we all wish we could. So I think we all wish we could. But it's part of the history, and you can't hide from history, right? And anybody who visits Vietnam should be prepared to see quite a bit of memorabilia and war history stuff, and um, it's going to be in your face almost everywhere you go, because um, they still are. I guess you could say a communist or socialist republic. So they have pretty strong ties to their military, which rightfully so. I mean, it's part of their culture. It's the way their country has operated for a very long time. But it's in your face, and if you ever come here for a visit, be prepared to see it. So, but a lot of people who come here, they like to see that stuff. They look for it. So, Chris has a comment. He says, of all the avatars you made for people's channels, which is your personal favorite? That is a damn good question. Hmm. I think my personal favorite has got to be Crafties. Yeah, I had a good time putting that together. And when I gave it to her, I didn't tell her I was doing it. I just handed it over to her and said, "Hope you like it." And she just absolutely fell in love with it. And that that made me feel so good. So yeah, I would have to say Crafty is probably my favorite of all. Um, I really like the way that one turned out. So uh, yeah, you're right. Learn from history, not ignore it. Exactly right. Exactly right. But really, it's not much. Even a lot, and starting to notice it a lot lately here. The younger generation, they really don't know much about the war, and the only thing they do know is comes from a lot of the propaganda and the stuff that they have to learn. in school. Um, but you know, again, it's part of the culture. It's something we all need to understand and respect, and I try my best to do so. You know, I don't always agree with everything, but I respect it. It's part of their culture and part of their education, and you know, it's going to be there. You collect avatars of yourself. I'd love to see that. Peter collects avatars of himself. So everybody get busy. Start making avatars of Peter, and we'll send them to him. Add to his collection. Dr. Nimrod says, I know what you mean, but as long as humans are as smart as the dumbest person, war will never go away. Yeah, well, I don't think it's necessarily because of the dumbest person. I think it's just an intrinsic. Uh, it's just something in human nature that we just haven't been able to eradicate. Human nature is to find territory to call your own and protect it, and that's basically the crux of it. It's built into us, I think. Unfortunate to say, but that's how I kind of see it. It's almost built into us, you know. Uh, Um, yeah, check his Discord. Absolutely. So yeah, Blue Feather. Check Peter's Discord. Peter, if you want to, why don't you put a link to your Discord in the side chat for those who may not have it. Um, yeah, and people can hop in there. See. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say there, Nimrod. It's it's hard to make the full point with 200 characters. Well, yeah, um, that is a limitation of the chat, unfortunately. I wish YouTube would fix that, though. You know, I wish. I mean, you can do it in Discord. You can type out an entire friggin' manuscript in a single message. You know, but in YouTube they limit you to 200 characters. What the hell is that? You know, and Twitter it's even less. I think Twitter you're limited to like 100. What can you say? You know, takes me more than that to call a Flurf the idiot that he is. Thank you, Peter. So there you go, folks. Peter's Discord link is there. Um, Head on over to his Discord. Check out his collection of avatars and some other interesting stuff that he's got up there, and have fun. Okay. Anyways, I think that's enough of the logo, so I'll put that away, um, and we'll just go back to chit chat for a little bit and see if there's anything else that we want to do. Okay, Booma. Well, hello, sir. Welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you in a dog's age. How are you, sir? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Really nice. Um, 200 characters limits Gary Wybenga from spamming too much. You got a point. I'm not going to argue that, Clive. That is a damn fair statement. That's a good point. So, okay, maybe we shouldn't complain too much about the YouTube limit because when that guy gets going, boy, the stupid just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. So, yeah. Well, good. I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. It's been a long time since I've seen you around. Maybe one day we can get together and have you on and do a little bit of a chit chat. I think that would be fun, just to kind of catch up, see how y'all been doing. Um, yeah. So, oh, Mystique has something for us. She says, side chat, yes, but there are no limit on the main comments down below. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Have you guys remember a really, really ignorant, dumbass flurf? Bopta, I think his name is. That guy. I did a couple of years ago when I was first new on YouTube. I did a video on satellites are just balloons, uh, and I just teared the crap out of that stupid idea. And he spammed me with all kinds of absolute gibberish nonsense. The guy hasn't got a single freaking clue about anything. He just spouts that flurf crap like it's going out of style. And I just got the rest of the shills and everybody else in there and said, have fun with him. Go for it. But man, that guy is a never ending river of stupid. So, yeah. So, well, Booma, to be honest, I can't really answer that. As far as I know, last I heard, she's doing well. Her little one is coming along just fine. Uh, but she's kind of backed away from everything YouTube for a while. I haven't seen her on YouTube at all. Some people have seen her around here and there. Occasionally, she'll pop in and lurk and say hello, which I really love to see. I look forward to that. I'm always hoping she's going to pop in and say, "Hi, folks, just lurking." That just makes my whole day when I see that. But other than that, I don't really know a hell of a lot about what's up with her. Balloons work well for Chinese spying, though. Well, yeah, if you guys are familiar with a content creator called Serpent ZA, this guy, he lived in China for 10 years. He loves China and Chinese people, but man, has he got it out for the government in China. Check out his stuff. He just did a recent video, I think, on exactly that, Chinese spy balloons. And there's another one as well. I can't remember his name, but he live streams with them every week. I think it might be him as well. Yeah, cool. Go ahead, Chris. Write it. Make a video, and I'll put it up here, and I'll run it all night. Absolutely. I would love to hear what you come up with for that. Never ending river of stupid. That could be a big hit. I bet you Craig would go all nuts over it, play it all the time. Absolutely. So, yeah, that would be fun. That would be real fun, Chris. That would be real fun. Anyways, I have been working on a bit of a animated video for the Vietnam Unlisted stuff. So maybe I'll bring that up and give you guys a quick little purview. Hasn't got any music on it yet. I haven't really gotten that far with it, and there are some adjustments that I do need to make. However, if you guys are interested in seeing it, I will certainly put it up. So let me just add to the stream. Here we are, and I'm in hit film right now, so I'm just gonna bring this down, bring the trimmer over, and give you guys a little bit of a look. It's using one of the other logos, so I need to change that. But anyways, here, I'll just play it for you. You guys tell me what you think. Is it too much going on or what? Here we go. What do you think? Too much? It just stays still, but yeah, it runs pretty quick, and I got the sound effects in it. But Here, I'll run it again. Good. What do you think? You like it? This program here is it's called Hit Film, which is really what I generally use all the time. A lot of creators, they swear by Adobe Premiere. The big craze now, or the big thing now, is everybody switching over to DaVinci Resolve. And I'm thinking I might give Resolve a try, but the learning curve is steep. It is steep. I mean, the learning curve for Hit Film was pretty steep, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. I'm starting to get a handle on it. So Mystique likes it. So, ooh, that's cool. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. That's cool. Here, let me run it again. Do. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Boom. I just took all kinds of little things that you're likely to see when you come to Vietnam, particularly here in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City. These are just really touristy things that you're likely to see. So I thought I'd use that as kind of the main element of the intro. But I might slow it down a bit, though. I think it's a little bit too fast. But well, yeah, it's kind of nostalgic, isn't it? It is kind of nostalgic. Yeah. Booma likes it. Cool. Chris likes it. Cool. Awesome. Man, there's a lot of parts to it, though. I need to create actually I need to make an animated version of the new logo, because just this one here, the animations, there's a lot of layers involved, and all of these things come in and come out at certain spots, and there's a lot to it. So, I mean, this took a while, and this is what's called a composite shot, a comp shot. So if once I've got the con shot made, I can just go to my main editor, drop in the composite shot, which is right here, okay, and then I can, if I want to make any changes, I'll just go into the comp shot that I just had up, make my changes, and they'll instantly show up in the editor as being changed, because the editor is actually housing the composite shot rather than the individual layers. Just a little bit easier to work with that way, manage things a little bit better. So, you know what? That might be fun. Hang on. I'm gonna go back to Illustrator here, and bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, boom. There we go. So, in order to be able to do that kind of a composite shot, what I need to do is I need to break the logo apart into the different layers. Okay. So what I have to do here is, first of all, I'm going to turn off all the text, turn off my little star, and just leave myself with that grunge ring. Okay. So that's going to be the main background of the logo. Okay. So I'll just export that as a transparent PNG, and save it. And I'll go into intro, logo animation, and layers. And I'm just going to call this BG ring. You guys get to watch me build an animated logo. How cool is that, huh? So this is my BG ring. So there we go. I've got that sent out. So now I'm going to turn that off, and I'm just going to take the, I think I'll take Vietnam Unlisted. You can't see it here because the text is white and I've turned off the backgrounds, but I'm going to export just the Vietnam Unlisted as a single layer. Okay, so I'll just export those. There we go. You can see it more clearly. And I'll save that as logo text. Okay. So now I've got that. So I can turn those off. Now I'm going to take just the VU and I'll export that. And obviously I'm just going to name that VU just for the sake of ease, right? Oh, awesome. And then I'll turn that off and I'm going to export my star. Okay. And there's my star. So I'm going to save that and just call it star. Now, these are kind of oversized right now because they're based on a 1920 by 1080 layout. So I'm going to have to kind of bring them down in size a bit. So, boom. All right, very good. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring those all into Photoshop. I've created an automatic action, which is automatically going to select the actual graphic on the screen and just crop everything else off, so I get just transparent bounding box with my graphic in it. So I'm just starting up Photoshop here, and it should be loading here pretty quick. There we go. Let me just send that over to the other screen so you guys can see it. Whoops. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to open those up. If you guys don't really want to see this, just let me know, okay, if I'm boring you guys. But I thought you might find it interesting to see how I do this stuff. So there I go. I have my logo animation and my layers. So there's the layer parts that I need. I'm just going to open them all up. Okay. Now, this is really what I like about Photoshop is the automation that you can program. If any of you are not familiar with Photoshop, it has what's called actions, and the actions allow me to do certain things. Like for this one here, I'm using the PNG crop, and it's set to the F10 key. So every time I hit F10 key, it's going to set the selection around the actual graphic. It's going to crop the entire document to that graphic size. It's going to set the selection. It's going to save the document and then close the document, right? And then when I reopen them, they'll all have their own canvas size. So let's run that action and see how that happens. So we'll do this one first. I'll just hit my F10 key. Boom. It's going to bring it down, save it, close it. And I'll do the same thing with the star. Happens real quick. Okay. Do the same thing with the text. Do the same thing with the ring. So now when I open them up in Photoshop, they are all cropped down to their own canvas size. Okay, there's my VU, right? And there's my star, and there is my text, and there is my ring. So now I can import these into HitFilm and start building an animated logo. So, thumbs up in the chat if you'd like me to see me do that, and I'll try not to mess it up. Okay, so I'll just get out of there. I'll get it back into HitFilm. Boom. All right. Photoshop is too much. Yeah, I know. It can be kind of pricey, but I trained on Photoshop. So for me to go to another piece of software and relearn it, and besides, Photoshop is king. Honestly, there are so many things that Photoshop can do that even the best of the alternatives can't. So that's kind of why I'm a little bit religious about that. Photoshop and Illustrator, I really would rather just stick with them if I can. But as far as video editing is concerned, I prefer HitFilm, to be honest. I do. So, okay, cool. All right. So let's do that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a new composite shot. Okay. So to do that, I'm just going to go into my media here, and I'm just going to create a composite shot. Now, that's what it'll look like. So I'll just close my sound effects folder. All right, so I'm just going to go new composite shot. I'm going to leave it set at 1920 by 1080 for now. Actually, no, I'm going to set this to um, manually 1080 by 1080. I get a square, an absolutely perfect square canvas. Okay, I'll keep my duration at 30 seconds for now. I can trim that back later if I need to, and I'll just keep my frame rate the way it is. So there we go. That's going to open up this screen here. So now I'm ready to start building my composite shot. But to do that, first of all, I got to import my graphics. So I'm just going to create a new folder here in the layers folder. I'm going to call this logo. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go there and import my media. So going to intro, logo animation, layers, and just bring that in. Okay, so that's going to bring in my different parts. So now they're ready to work with. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to bring in the main background. Okay, that's going to be my bottom layer. So I'll just drop it here, and there it is. I'm not going to change its size because I don't want it to be too big. I want to leave some room around it so it doesn't completely dominate the screen when I bring it onto the editor, which it will anyway. I'll have to size it down, but that's okay. I've got it there. Now, what I want to do here is I want to add some effects to it because I want to show, I don't want it to just pop up, or I don't want to just do a standard fade in. So I'm going to add some effects to it. So I'm going to go to my effects here, and I'm going to choose a polar effect, a polar warp. Okay. I'm going to drop that on there. So now I can have a little bit of fun. Okay. And let's see. First of all, I need to take my scaling, my start radius. I'm going to bring that right down. And radius. Now that's kind of messing things up. Okay. No, polar warp is not going to work. I thought I could do it with polar warp, but it's not going to work. So I'm gonna remove that. I'm going to have to try another way. Let's see. How can I do this? I know. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a mask. Okay, an ellipse mask. So when I draw this mask, it's going to completely hide this logo. Okay. Come on. Masks. Ellipse mask. And there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to draw a mask big enough to show this logo. Okay, and here add, I'm going to change that to subtract. So my ring disappeared. Oh no, oh no. Okay, so now what I want to do the mask is I want to do a bit of a transform. I'm going to add an effect. Do a wipe. No. Do something else. I'm going to go here. Boom. I'm hoping this will work. See, a lot of this is trial and error. I try different things until I find something that works, and that's what I go with. You know, I don't think going to try it anyways. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I need to find another way. Need to find another way, folks. Okay, let's get rid of that mask and I'll have to think about this. No, I'm not going to rename it. I'll just turn it off. I'm going to keep the mask there, but I'll just turn it off. Okay, tell you what, why don't we start building this thing together and then I'll figure that out later. Because what I'd like to do is I'd like to have a circular wipe revealing the ring. And I've done it before, but I can't remember exactly how I managed to do it. But I'll figure it out for sure. But anyways, let's bring in the next element. So the next element is going to probably be the VU in the center. Okay, so I'm going to bring that in and drop it over top. Okay, and that's kind of sitting kind of nicely, but I need to kind of move it into place a little bit. So I've got it centered right where I want it. So there's the VU. Okay. And to give you an idea, this is what it will look like when it's transparent. So the next thing I need is my star. So I'll bring that in above that. Okay, right about there. Come on, star. Move it up. There we go. There's my star. So I'll just move that over just a wee tad. Bring it up. Boom. Okay, so now my star is in place. And then lastly, of course, I need my text, which I'm going to place right squarely at the top. Boom. So now everything is kind of fitting together. This is basically what the logo is going to look like. Okay, but I want to animate it. So let's see. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the ring. I'm going to open the transform properties and I'm going to hit the scale. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I want this to take about a half a second. So a half a second is going to be 15 frames. Okay. When you're dealing with 30 frames a second. So I'm going to set that to 15. That's going to move my playhead forward. And I'm going to set another frame or keyframe there. Okay. So now I'll go back to the front, go to my first keyframe, and I'm going to set my scale to 0. There you go. It's gone. So now when I run through it, boom, it's going to automatically zoom in like that. Okay. So now that this is zoomed in, okay, now I can start having the other things populate. Now this one I'm going to do a little bit differently. Okay. So I'm just going to turn off the text and the star for now. I'm just going to work with the VU. Okay. So what I'm going to do with the VU, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. I'm going to go down here and if I expand here, I can see where those keyframes are. So I've got the 15 keyframes there. I'm going to add another couple of frames. Okay. So it doesn't start immediately. Okay. So I'm going to go to, well, let's just say, let's just go to the 1 second mark. Okay. Okay, so that moved that forward. Now I'm going to again hit my scale. Okay, which is going to put a. Oops, sorry, I put that in the wrong place. I have to undo that. There, transform. Okay, so scale. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to again move ahead. I think I'll move to 2 seconds. I'm going to let this portion of the animation go for a 1 second to complete. Okay, so I'm going to go to the 2 second mark. To place another keyframe here. Okay, now I'm also going to place a rotation keyframe. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to this first one here at 1 second. Okay. Now here, I am going to take my scale. I'm going to set it to 0 like I did with the ring, but I'm going to set the rotation a little bit off. I'm going to set the rotation to I don't want to do a complete 360. So maybe what I'll do is I'll set my rotation something around here. So we get a fair bit of rotation as it comes in. See how that works? So it's zooming in, but also twisting into position. So now I've got that there. Okay, so I'm set with my with the ring. I've set with the main text of the logo. So now let's pop in our star and get that going. Okay, now with the star we can do something a little bit funky. I think with the star, again we'll do the same thing. We're at 201, so I'm going to go at 2 seconds, 15 frames. Okay, and we're going to set again I'm not going to do a scale. I'm going to bring it in at its full size. Okay, but I am going to hit opacity. Okay, so now let's go up to should I go? I'm going to go up to 315. Let this run for about. Actually, no. Let it run a little bit longer. Let's set this to 0. I'm going to jump all the way ahead to 4 seconds. Okay, so this part of the animation will have a 4-second or a 2-second generate, a 2-second duration. Okay, so I'm going to go in there. I'm going to pop in another keyframe. Okay, so now my star is in the correct position. But what I'm going to do here now, this is where it gets interesting. Okay, I'm going to go back to this original frame, the first frame. I'm going to pop in a rotation frame. Okay, I'm going to go ahead maybe 3 frames. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 4 frames. No, let's make it 5. Let's make it 5. 5 frames. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rotate just a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead another 5 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do it again. Continue the rotation. I think you can see where I'm going with that, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Rotate a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rotate a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rotate. And you might often be wondering, why does it take so long for creators to get their content out? Well, now you know. So yeah, we're good there. Let's see where we're at so far. Okay, so we're good there. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give it a little bit more rotation. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A bit more rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A bit more. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll bring it back up. Oops. Oops. Sorry. And there we go. So now, there's my star. Okay. And then here, I'm going to go back to the beginning where I have the opacity. I'm going to set that to 0. So now what's going to happen is this star is going to be spinning pretty rapidly and fading in. Okay, so there we go. Okay. So it takes a bit of doing. All right. Because you really want to make sure that, okay, Yeah, it's not really taking the. I think my opacity needs to be a little bit longer. Okay, drop that one. Take this one. There we go. See how that's happening? It's fading in as we come. And now all I need to do is bring in my text. So let's close that and take a look at our text. Now our text is we need to kind of because I accidentally rotated the text, so I need to get that back into its position. So I'm just going to open this up here, go to transform, and I'm going to just set this to 0, get it back. Okay, so now I've got my text, and for this one, I'm just going to do a simple reveal. And for that, all I need to do is basically put in a couple of masks. So I'm just going to choose a simple rectangular mask. Okay, I'm going to mask out the Vietnam text. Okay. And now I'm going to also add another mask, which is going to be for the bottom. But to do that, I need to duplicate this layer. Okay, so basically what I've done here is I've hidden the bottom half. So I'm going to duplicate this layer. Okay, and then on the top one, I'm going to take that mask. Okay, and I'm just going to move it down. Okay, there we go. So now we can see our text. Now I want to animate. So let's take a look and see where our animation ended with our star. Okay, we'll take a look at the transform. So we've got to see where my keyframes are. That's the logo text. Okay, so that's the star right there. Boom. So, okay, so I've got the animation ending at about 3.5 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead to 4 seconds 15. Okay, drop in a keyframe, but I'm not going to use the main transform. I'm going to use the transform properties for the mask. Okay, so the first one is the top, so that's this layer here. Okay, so I'm going to drop this down and use the transform of the mask, not the actual element itself. So what I'm going to do here for the transform is I'm going to hit position. Okay, I'm going to set a position keyframe. Okay, and then I want this to animate for let's say okay, I'm going to bring this right up to 5 seconds. Okay. So it'll be a half second. So. Okay, now at that point, I'm going to duplicate or create another keyframe right there. So now I'm going to go here back to this first keyframe. Okay, and I'm going to take the position and I'm going to pull it out. And you'll see as I pull it out, it hides. Okay. So now I'm going to repeat that process on the other layer. Boom. So I'll go back up here to transform. Okay. Not transform, the mask transform, and do the same thing. I'm going to hit a position keyframe, and I'm going to go ahead another 15 seconds. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to have to make a small adjustment here. All right, so I'll just put another keyframe here. Boom. Go back to this first keyframe. Okay. And pull its position to the side. Boom. So now when I play this back, I should have stuff coming across. Now that one there, for some reason, Doesn't want to work. It can be a bit tedious at times. Okay, so now I've got to get them going the other way. And I want to see where my mask transform is on the other. Sorry if I'm speaking a little bit quietly. All right. Okay, so that's where I want the next one to come in. So I'll just move these over. I'm going to shorten this duration here a little bit. Boom. Okay, so now if I play this back, here's what it should look like. Boom. There comes my VU. Little star spins in, and in comes my text. Right? Now all I need to do is play around with the keyframes a little bit, speed it up, and I've got a composite shot of an animated logo. So now what I can do is I can go into my editor, okay, and I can just grab that composite shot and place it wherever I need it. Okay, so here I've got the well, I'm going to go to animated frames, and the rubber stamp I'm going to hide because I don't want that rubber stamp showing up. Okay, and I'm going to hide the travel stamp as well. Okay, so I'm going to go into the editor. Boom. And right here is where I want my composite shot to come in for. Okay. Drop it in there, and there we go. So now I can trim it. I can resize it to whatever I need, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'll just make this the active element. And I'm just going to hit scale, pull the scale back a little bit, like that. Drop the logo down. Boom. Okay, so there we go. Let's have a look. Okay, so there's a sound effect in there I need to get rid of. Okay, so I need to speed that up, but there you go. There is a process that I use to create a simple animated logo. I'm sure there's a lot better out there that you've seen, but you know, with someone who's got little time, wants to put something quick and easy together, there you go. That's how I kind of run through my animation stuff when I make content. It's a very time consuming and tedious process, and that's why it often takes quite a long time to get content out. So you can imagine how long it must take me to crank out a Paint of Progress video. There's a lot of work involved, not just in the editor, but also the script writing and all of that. So hopefully that kind of gives you guys a little bit of an insight as to what I do when I create content. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too boring for you. If there's more things like that you'd like to see, by all means, let me know. I love doing this kind of stuff, and it's hopefully entertaining for you guys. Yeah, let's see. So there you go. And I just want to say thank you to Chris Durham. Thanks for the suggestion. There you go. That's kind of, I think, what you were talking about in your DM to me, and I really like the idea. So tonight was my first attempt at doing that, and I hope all of you guys enjoyed watching that. If there's other things you'd like me to do and that you can kind of watch and see how I build things, by all means, let me know. I can do audio editing as well. How I take a 3-minute piece of music and turn it into a 5-minute piece of music. So that's kind of fun. And like the music on my intro is actually, the original piece of music is only 3 minutes and 28 seconds. So I had to edit segments together to stretch it out so that I could fill 5 minutes of standby screen without having you actually hear the spots where I've edited. You can I defy you to find the spots where I've spliced bits together. Um, and that's a bit of a pain to do sometimes, but with a good ear, a couple of repetitions, running through it, it's a very very easy thing to do. And for that, I use Adobe Audition. Um, but you can do it with any other software, uh, and and any audio editing software. Really, you can do it. It's not hard. So if you'd like me to show you how to do that sometime, let me know, and I'm more than willing to do that. All right, Chris. Looks like Chris is getting ready to go off to work. Thank you very much again for the suggestion. I really like it. I hope I can do this for you guys a lot more in the future. And you have yourself a great day, buddy. And let me know if you come up with something for that never-ending river of stupid. I would love to hear that. Okay. All right. Yeah, I went through this one a little bit quickly, Chris, and it wasn't really my best work. But I'm willing to actually do a much better quality job that people can follow along with if they wish. Uh, by all means, let me know if there's something in specific you want me to show you how to do. If I'm able to do it, I will gladly load up the software and give you a demo on how to get it done. So, yeah, feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you enjoy what we've done here tonight, or do you want to go back to just a talking head, which can be rather dull? So, um, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I really am. Uh, do the Weird Al Yankovic thing, man. Go for it. I'll play that thing all day, every day. Absolutely. um, awesome. Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thank you. Um, well, yeah, that's kind of the. To be honest, yeah, okay, Booma, that's kind of what I was going for. Not necessarily Rocky and Bullwinkle, but many of the old school cartoons that I grew up watching. They had all the similar kinds of intros and things. And I just wanted to kind of re-emphasize that a little bit and make something kind of interesting and cool. So yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, I kind of thought when Chris gave me this suggestion, I thought, hey, he's right. People probably really like to see how their favorite content creators do what they do. So thank you for that, Mystique, and I will do many more. Uh, Anything, if you have a suggestion for something you'd like to see me do, by all means, send me a DM or just make your desires known in my Discord, and I'll certainly put something together and and run one of these streams where I can actually walk you through the process. I'm no professional, not by any means, but I have been doing this for a while, and I've picked up some tips and tricks that I think are useful and something to build on. So that's really what I'm trying to do. Give you the groundwork and you can build on it. And you'll probably end up being a better creator than me. Because I ain't the best. I'll tell you that for sure right now. So yeah. So that's about all I've got. Unless there's something else you want me to show you. At least now you've got a better idea of how these things come together. So I need to go in there and get rid of that little. Okay, there's that. Stamp.wave. Yeah, definitely need to get rid of that. Okay. Boom. All right. Cool. Awesome. So I've left the center part, that white area, that's actually transparent. I've done that so that when I actually go into the editor, if I feel like it, I can change the background image. If I don't want to use this riverboat image, I can knock it out, put something else there. Let's give you an idea of what I mean. I'm gonna bring this down so we can get more uh, real estate for the video. Okay, so let's bring in something. Backgrounds. See what I can find. Da da da. I think I have some here in the real reason, actually, in my image bank. Um, see if I can find something that I can pop in there. Backgrounds. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, cool. I'll take that. Boom. Awesome. Open that up. Okay, and what I'm going to do instead of the riverboat, okay, we'll get rid of the riverboat. Actually, take the composite shots, move them up, bring this in. Bring it all the way to the end. Boom. And then I'll just bring that down so I get more of it in there. Hello, and there you go. I have just updated my so that's why I do things the way that I do. So I can change things up without having to rebuild the entire animation again and again. I just go into the bit where I need to make the change and have it immediately reflected in my timeline. So it's a little bit of planning ahead of time. Uh, Using composite shots really helps to make your workflow a lot more efficient because it lets you make a complete animated segments that are ready to go that you can easily populate your editor with without having to actually build the entire animation in the editor because that is going to kill your time. Okay. So you spend a little bit of time, you make your little composite shots and you just drop them in where you need them. And then you render the whole thing off and you've got yourself a complete video. Right? So yeah. But that's basically all I've got. So feedback, guys. Any comments, questions? By all means, I'm here. I'm all yours. Not only do I have a passion uh, for content creation, video editing, uh, graphic design, uh, I have an equal passion for teaching people, teaching anything that is new knowledge for someone. Someone somewhere has something they want to learn. And if I'm able to at least shed light on it, then I have done what I have always worked so hard to do. I have been a teacher, and someone has walked away with some new knowledge that they can build on, and that might not have the hugest impact on their future, might have none at all. but the fact is, it's knowledge they didn't have before. And that's why I like doing this kind of stuff. And I hope you'll join me more frequently. Oh, Booma. Wow. That late. Listen, okay, Booma. It's been a long time since you and I have had a chat. Um, I would love to have you on the show sometime for a chit chat. So, if you find that you're able to make it and you'd like to join me on the show, send me a DM in my Discord, and we'll figure something out. I'd love to have you on. And as far as the rest of you are concerned, don't worry about an invitation or anything special. If you would like to join me on the show, just to chit chat or share something that's important to you, send me a DM and I'll get an invitation out to you, and we'll make it happen. Everybody here has a voice. I want everybody to enjoy their time here, share their thoughts, share their opinions, joke about with each other in the chat. As long as we're respectful and we're having fun, it's all good. It's all good to me. It's open season on everything, really. As long as you guys are enjoying it and you're getting something out of being here, I'm over the moon. I'm really over the moon about it, and I'm really glad that I'm back here on Saturday nights. I feel a lot better, a lot less pressure on me to get the show out without having to worry about getting things prepped after the show for an early class the next morning. So it's a lot more relaxed, and I've had fun tonight. I really have. I've enjoyed doing this. I really have. So if there's anything else, then just let me know. All right. Awesome. Awesome. I look forward to hearing from you, Booma. Have a great night, and we'll talk again soon. So, yeah. So if there's nothing else, I'll just I'll quit the screen share for now, unless somebody else has something else they would like to chit chat about. So there you go. My first attempt at doing a live stream and actually doing a screen share with some software and showing you some of the things I do. Uh, I'm really stoked about how you guys feel about what you think about it. Let me know. Let me know. I really, really do. But other than that, I am kind of running out of stuff to say, to be honest. I'm sorry. um, yeah, it's been fun though. I've really enjoyed doing this. Um, just trying to think of something else you guys might like to have a look at. Um, let's see. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I see if I can open up the most or the last paint of progress that I did, so you can see just what goes into a paint of progress. Would you like to see that? Would you like to see what actually goes into a paint of progress? Let's have a look. Let's see if I can get one for you to have a look at. Okay, open. All right, and I'll just share my screen again. Oops, looks like I need to relink some stuff. So let me just get that. What was it looking for? Book intro. Okay, so paint of progress. Um, episode 3 book intro. Series 5, episode 3. Book intro process. Was it looking for process? Yeah, it was looking for process. Okay, and open. And Okay, there you go. So that you're looking at a very zoomed out timeline for episode 3. And that's basically what goes into. Now, if you look at all of these, if I zoom in, okay, you can see just how much there is. And this timeline goes on for 30 minutes. That's what it takes for a pain of progress. A matter of fact, it took just as long to do the book intro and my show intro as it did to do the whole video itself. So the book intro is basically where the book opens up. I spent as much time doing this as I do for the rest of the video. But once this book intro is done, it's just a matter of changing the title and the image every time I put out a new episode. Everything else is baked in. So. And then, of course, there's the intro right there. That took a while. I had to figure out how to work with ambient light and anamorphic light coming from behind the text. It took a while to figure out, but I finally managed to do it, and I think it looks pretty good. Another big challenge I have when I do videos for Pain of Progress is finding music. Finding the right music makes all the difference. But hopefully the music comes through. Yeah, you're right, Chris. By all, definitely, it is definitely the pain of production. Absolutely, but I'm really quite proud of the result. I think I can pat myself on the back for some really good visual effects. It took a while to learn, but I love doing it. I really do. I love doing it. And then, of course, from here we go into the video. Boom. But when you zoom out and see the whole timeline, there's quite a bit there. There's quite a bit there. It takes quite a while to put it together. Yeah. Matter of fact, that intro, I've kind of, if and when I do finally get back to finishing up Series 5 of the Pain of Progress, which I hope I will be able to do, I don't want to leave it just hanging. Like I mentioned last week, I thought of killing it, but I don't want to leave it hanging. So, but I'm going to trim that down. I'm going to trim that down so it's more just a stinger rather than a full blown text laden video intro. Just kind of do the book intro, do the basic overview, the stinger, and then the body of the video. But if anytime you guys spot anything that you think is wrong, or I'm always open to criticism, and if I make a mistake about something, I'll openly admit it, and I'll make a video to correct it. So, by all means, if you know it's a spelling error or something that's just doesn't seem right, let me know. I appreciate it. Yeah. That's the one thing. I mean, I love doing this. I've really had fun with you guys tonight, showing you all this stuff. I'm so proud of myself for having learned all this, and I'm really quite proud of the work I do. But to share it with you guys, it's been so much fun. However, this computer is on its last legs, and I don't know how much longer it's going to hold out. It struggles with stuff like this because I've got StreamYard going, I've got Hit Film going, I've got Illustrator and Photoshop going in the background. There's a lot that the processor is dealing with. So yeah, but you get Jeranism to tell you, I wouldn't trust a word that comes out of that slime bag's mouth. That guy is the biggest bald facing up your ass liar. That guy will do anything to protect his stupid notions. You know, even when the proof is right there in his face, even when he proves it to himself on camera, and he still denies it. That's flirfs. Man, that gets me right up to here, man. Oh, he proved it to himself. He did it on camera. There is no doubt, no question. He proved himself wrong, and he still denies it. He still says, "No, it's still flat." You dumbass! What a jerk off! An absolute total. And Bob Noodle, yeah, he's fucking noodle brain, all right. He's about as stupid as a cow on Valium. But as dumb as they come, those two. Oh man. Oh, it gets under my skin. I hate him so much. I hate Fleur so much. I actively avoid watching any of that content anymore. I won't make Fleur videos anymore because it riles me up. It gets me too angry. It stresses me out. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's all Jism knows. That's interesting. Yeah, you're damn right it's interesting. Now fucking go grow a brain and learn something from it, you idiot. Oh man. It just gets me, you know, it really, really gets me. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap things up. Um, I really, truly hope that you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. I am looking so forward to doing more of this sharing of content creation and other things. Um, and I'm looking forward to maybe other people catching on to this stream and growing the community. And I mean, you guys are an awesome bunch. You really are. And again, I hope this new time works out better for everybody. Because I'm done with Sundays until Crafty is back, and then we'll bring the flip side back, and for sure I'll be there. But for me alone, I'm done with Sundays. So from now on, moving forward, 9 p.m. my local time, Saturday evenings, which is 2 p.m. Afternoons in the UK, and I believe 7 a.m. in the morning for those of you in the US. So that's it, folks. I think I'm about done. Any last minute comment? Yeah, Bob's Super Noodle recently became the most thanked Bob in history. That I can believe. That I can believe. Every time he opens his mouth, you know, gives us something. Awesome. All right. So, with that said, thank you very much, everybody. It's been great to see you again. Love you all. I can't wait to see you again next week. I'm going to do some more of this screen sharing stuff. And yeah, for now, I'm done. I'm out. And you guys all be good. Be safe. Have a great week. We'll catch you on next Saturday. All right. Take care, everyone. Good night.